All right, hold on, guys. 1 second. I'll be here in a bit. Let me just check if this is public first, and then let me get on YouTube. I'm gonna change my shirt, and you'll see why. Cause I have a cool shirt for this. Okay, that's public. Cause I'm logged in on my Steve Punch 91 TV account on YouTube, and I could see it right there. YT Steve Plays Star Wars Darth Plagueis Episode 1 Reaction, Everest Productions. Oh, dude. That's right there, yeah. I've already seen parts of it. I've already seen, like, the beginning with Darth Tenebrous. I've already seen the whole Darth Venomous stuff. I've seen, like, I've seen some of it, but I have never watched the entire thing, though. I have not. And Darth Plagueis Episode 2 came out recently, and I'm excited to see that. But I already saw like one scene from that, or like 2 scenes from that. But I gotta quit watching them and spoiling myself. I'm gonna now finally watch the whole thing. Yeah, watch the entire thing. But I'll be right back. No, I'm not doing that yet. All right, I got my breakfast right here. Let me just sit it down. I don't know where to put it though. I guess like this right here, and then just that right there. Okay, I'm gonna change my shirt for purple for this. All right, I'm back, guys. Let me just there it is, Darth Tenebrous and Darth Plagueis. Yep. All right, now let's go on to Everest Productions channel. Let's see. All right, there it is, Everest Productions, and there it is, Darth Plagueis, Star Wars Darth Plagueis Episode 1, 6 months ago. I should have watched this like back when it came out. I can't believe I still haven't seen the whole thing. But here we are, finally gonna watch it. All right. At 0 minutes and 0 seconds, and that is 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 12 seconds. I'm gonna watch the whole thing. And I think I could do Episode 2 tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. But here we go, finally. I got myself some Idahoan buttery homestyle mashed potatoes and some 7-Eleven milk in a Carl's Jr. cup. I can't believe I'm finally watching this, dude. It's gonna be so fucking cool. I was just talking in my villain voice. Before the dark times, The Galactic Republic flourished and expanded its reach. Peace reigned over and under the watchful eye of the Jedi Order, but to it all, a dark presence preserved in the shadows. I have to pause this, guys. Although the Sith were through to be extinct, Darth Bane's established rule of two survived in secrecy. Hidden away for a century, their dark influence has seeped into the far corners of the galaxy. On Beldemnik, the Sith apprentice Darth Plagueis plots his next scheme. He is destined to become the wise and herald to the one known as the Phantom Menace, unleashing chaos and ultimately leading to the downfall of the Jedi Order. There we go. Beldemnik. There they are. Darth Tenebrous and his apprentice Darth Plagueis. Wow. These guys right here. Tenebrous and Plagueis. There he is, yep.
Darth Bane would appreciate our efforts.
I actually have the Darth Plagueis novel. And I got these figures right here with me. Which are pretty cool. Oh, Anakin and Obi-Wan. I got these recently in the mail. They're from 2012.
We weave ourselves into the warp and weft of the tapestry he created.
Their voices sound amazing, dude.
82% of the ore is capable of being purified into weapons-grade Cortos's shield.
The percentage is consistent with what I was told to expect.
By whom, Master?
Of no consequence.
Have you not showed your plans for this discovery?
In due time, Darth Plagueis, inspect the probe to elevate the properties of the secondary iode.
The probe is running an analysis.
Right now it's 7:52, so I'm gonna finish this around 10 o'clock, basically. Yep.
I'm sorry to report, sirs, that the gas is a highly combustible variant of methane. The N2 unit predicts that the heat generated by its hydraulic jacks will ignite an explosion of significant magnitude.
The original report made no mention of methane.
I know nothing of that, sir. But the N2 unit.
Bro, I love Darth Tenebrous and Plagueis' voices. They sound amazing.
Corroborates the fact that it is not unusual to find pockets of methane in close proximity to Cortos's ore.
Hurry the probe without excavating around the methane pocket.
The N2 unit recommends employing that very strategy, sir. Shall I order it to proceed?
Ask the probe to proceed. Tell the probe to stop.
Why are you interfering?
That indicates a more massive concentration in the area where it's drilling.
You're correct, sir. I will order the unit to halt all activity.
Droid, did the probe acknowledge your order?
No, sir. The M2 is not responding.
Is it still within range?
Yes, sir.
Then run a communications diagnostic.
I have, sir. And all systems are nominal. The unit's inability to respond. The unit's refusal to respond appears to be deliberate.
Deactivate it.
The M2 unit has overridden my command.
Impossible.
Clearly not, sir. In fact, it is highly.
I don't know why that impossible is kind of funny. Impossible.
Has escaped earlier notice.
Who procured the probe?
This isn't the time for questions. The probe is about to reach the pocket. It's the ore. There's too much resistance here.
I'll go down.
This can wait. We are returning to the quarter.
As you say, Master.
Continue your attempts to deactivate the unit.
I will, sir. To do that, however, I will need to remain here.
What of it?
Should I fail in my efforts, the ensuing explosion will surely result in my destruction.
You've been useful, droid.
Thank you, sir.
You waste your breath.
Master, allow me to lead.
Be mindful of your place. What?
Master,
Stop! Plagueis, you're going to need all your strength.
I can bring help. There's time.
We're dying, Darth Plagueis. This time only for that.
I did all that I could, Master.
To be strong in the Force is one thing, but to believe oneself to be all powerful is to like catastrophe. Remember that even
Yeah, that's an iconic line from Tenebrous.
Lately, the sway weapons seem to perish at your hand.
As Darth Bane would have wished. Who supplied the mining probe, Master?
Some text, my
I will avenge you.
will you?
Of course.
You are fated to win the Sith imperative to fruition, Plagueis. It falls to you to bring the Jedi Order to its knees. Save the rest of the galaxy's sentient from themselves.
At long last, the mantle is conferred.
But I need to warn you.
Warn me about what, Master?
You
Yes, Master. Your death comes at my bidding. You said yourself that perpetuation with purpose is the way to victory and facilities. Go to your grave knowing that you are last of the old order, the vaunted rule of two, and that the new order begins now and will for 1,000 years remain in my control.
then for the last time I call you apprentice, and I found it skillful use of supplies in this event. Perhaps I was wrong to think you had no stomach for it.
The dark side guided me to Nimbus. You sensed it, but your lack of faith in me clouded your thoughts.
Even before we catch about Derek,
And yet we came.
because we were fated to. You've risked everything to undo me. The entire future of the Sith. My instincts about you proved correct after all.
I'll find a way home to Nimbus, as was you.
Yep, and Darth Plagueis officially killed his master, Darth Tenebrous. That's the end of Darth Tenebrous. The end of Darth Tenebrous right there. At the hands of his apprentice, Darth Plagueis. Damn. Star Wars Darth Plagueis. That is a wild intro, dude. See, now I'm finding out the parts of the movie I haven't seen yet. Because I already saw that entire scene. I've already seen the whole beginning already. Okay, there are titles. Episode 1, The Phantom Apprentice. That makes sense because Darth Plagueis' apprentice is... Is it referring to Plagueis or his apprentice? I'd assume it's referring to his apprentice Darth Sidious, aka Palpatine. Well, it has to be because Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is referring to Darth Sidious. So if they're calling him the Phantom Apprentice, they must be referring to Darth Sidious. That's my assumption.
Your moment has come. Claim your escape to the dark side. Act now and be done with this.
No oversights this
There's
round.
Shake too.
We take your meaning, Captain. No one else.
Is that Grievous?
In the ladders.
Oh wow, that's Grievous before he became a cyborg. Wow, that's crazy.
This ship operates as a
That's
dynamic-
awesome.
I'm your captain, because knowing who's good at what is just something I have a talent for.
The other people I don't know, but I'm assuming they're probably Jedi, yeah, because I see a robe on that kind of lightsaber, so they're other Jedi.
Your decision about jump points.
No, Captain.
Either we turn a profit on this run, or we think about going to the huts for another loan. And don't any of you fool yourselves into thinking that we can float an honest loan. Because nobody with its assets is going to accept the loan we offer commercial.
This is so good, dude. This is my breakfast, so yeah. There's Plagueis. Spooky.
Your fate to be the chief hand of the fruition purpose falls to you to bring the Jedi Order to its full.
There's Naboo.
Save the rest of humanity sentient from themselves.
Naboo's where he meets Palpatine. Yep.
You're not listed on the shipping manifest, stranger.
I confess to being a stowaway, Captain.
How did you survive?
Dang. Plagueis is talking to Shake T, dude. That's wild.
Those creatures are how we make our living, Mule. And right now they aren't worth a cocking credit.
I apologize for spoiling.
Is that a Star Wars cuss word? A carking credit?
The Covenant. How did you survive that?
We mutants have 3 hearts. 2 of them are under voluntary control, so I was able to keep my blood circulating and my body temperature close to normal.
Speaking of blood, you're leaking some.
The result of an unfortunate accident.
Yeah, because, speaking of that, I know there are such things as Star Wars cuss words, like,
I'll have it taken
if it
out
isn't the
for you.
quack to calling this different slimy, that's a Star Wars cuss word.
You're a long way from perfection, Clan. And probably the last species.
Damn, so Grievous met Plagueis? That's crazy.
I can well imagine.
I mean, you'd be surprised how many people actually met Plagueis. Qui-Gon met Plagueis. I think Obi-Wan might have.
I wish to avoid
Maybe.
space.
Dooku met him. Sifo Dyas met
I'm a
him.
fugitive.
I do, however.
Sidious, obviously, because he was his apprentice. Vader, though, no. I don't know. Darth Maul might have. I'm not sure.
Nature of my activities.
Thank you, Clan. But I told them it's too, Captain.
Not all of us are bankers or lawyers. No more than all recruiters or pacifists.
Be better for you if you were a financial wizard.
to avoid being jettisoned from our ship.
Captain, I appreciate that you and your crew have many questions about me, but perhaps for the sake of simplicity, the two of us could speak privately for a moment, strictly in the interest of facilitating an agreement.
I won't be long.
Will be returned soon enough.
Thank you, Captain.
Enough of the polite jabber. Who are you? And why didn't
Hugo
you
Damask?
aboard whatever craft brought you here?
Before we go into any of that, suppose we assess the present situation squarely. I stood away aboard your vessel in the hope of arranging quick passage to Munich. Fortunately for both of us, I'm in a position to reward you handsomely for transport. And of course, I'll cover the cost of whatever precious cargo I've ruined. You need only quote a reasonable price, and the deal can be concluded. I assure you, Captain, that I'm immune on my word.
Leaving aside your identity for the moment, you know, the important things, your onward passage is a matter I'll have to take up with the crew.
I'm not sure I understand. You are the Wobbegans' captain, are you not?
We're equals aboard this ship.
In that case, Captain, I await the results of the summit.
You're going to have to sit tight in the meantime.
Take as much time as needed. The closer we get to Ithor, the closer I am to home.
How do you know we're bound for Eiffel?
The same way I know that your name is Evelyn La. I'm not a telepath, Captain La. After I select
So let's not stick to you then? Okay. I mean, she's a Twi'lek,
Why the Wobegon men?
but I don't know.
I don't gamble.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she's just a different one, you know.
The odds of winning are on my side.
That's not gambling.
When have you known a mule to do that?
When have you ever known a moon, period?
All right then, when have you ever heard a mule do that?
That's funny.
What shall Cat tell you about him, Captain?
One second, let me fix the blanket.
Cost of this blanket.
He's as slick as they come and used to getting his way. But either we take him back to Baldembec and put our cargo at risk, or we drop him off at our first stop and make him someone else's problem.
Or we could just jettison him now.
We don't know if he told someone on Baldenic about his plan. His disappearance could put us in serious muck.
So, what's the verdict, Captain?
I think we should get him off our hands as soon as possible.
You don't want to even discuss coming up with a price for passage?
I've never been on the Braxton run. Have any of you?
Is he willing to cover the cost of the spoiled cargo?
That's so wild seeing young Grievous. That's so awesome.
We take him to Ithar. If he proves to be a cooperative passenger, we could consider taking him all the way to Minilist. Certainly wouldn't hurt to get familiar with that corner of space.
I don't know.
I'll go one step further.
Oh, it's hot.
And
Damn.
this mule could be a jackpot that's fallen right into our laps. Would you just saying that no bank would ever grant us a loan against the Wobegon? Well, Munelist is the bank, and this mule can provide all the collateral we'll ever need.
Our reward for years of needing clean lines.
Meaning what? We held him for ransom.
We don't have to call it that.
We've never done that. Well, once. Maybe. But we're not about to do it again.
I'm gonna turn on Do Not Disturb because I don't want notifications screwing us up.
Same.
Let me,
Okay.
there we
So
go.
I was just thinking out loud.
Captain, if I may, it is regarded that moons are not known to travel unaccompanied without ample reason for doing so. In fact, most moons are reluctant to leave Munilist for any purpose other than to transact business negotiations.
That's exactly what I said about collateral. There has to be some financial reason for him being on Baldemnik. Some major deal in the works we might be able to get in on. A construction project, maybe.
Let 4D finish.
Go ahead.
It has yet to be determined just what the moon was involved in. Suppose, however, the nature of his business is going to impact Belgamic in a negative way. Should word spread that the crew of the Woebegone lent their support to the moon's illegal departure, and what might become of the ship's reputation in the oil sector? You may wish to include the worth of that in your calculations regarding an arrangement for onward passage.
So, are we expecting him to make us all rich in case our services are no longer needed here?
What about what the mules can do to us if we don't take him? They've got to reach as long as a galactic arm.
What are they going to do? Downgrade our portfolios? Freeze our assets? Ruin our credit rating? Our only assets are this ship and our reputation for doing what we say we're going to do. Goes back to what I said about asking for a lot more than what he might see as a fair price. These banking plan types hold on to every credit. But we've got ourselves a live mule, and no matter who he is or what he's pretending to be, I guarantee you he's worth more than 10 years of dealing in needles and octopods.
Captain,
I'm not buying any of this. I want him off our hands.
You think he's dangerous?
Mules are cowards. The lot of them. They use credits as weapons.
My gut says otherwise.
here's a compromise. We contact Baldemic authorities. If he's wanted, we return him. Otherwise, we negotiate a price to take him to Ithor, and no further.
That sounds reasonable.
Do you, want to buck up?
No. No.
She's got a blaster.
We're going to have to keep you on ice for a bit longer.
Does that mean you failed to reach a consensus?
I wouldn't go that far. We've decided we need to know who you are before we agree to provide you with passage. And since you seem reluctant to tell us, we're going to check with Baldemic.
Captain, I've
They
told
better be careful, because this is Darth Plagueis they're messing with. They better be very careful.
Out of hyperspace.
To me who dwell in first, human life is little more than pretense. Our only actions of significance are those who undertake in service to the dark side.
I can't permit this, Captain.
You'll have to.
No, Captain.
Oh shit!
Captain! No!
Kill him! Kill the mule!
Damn.
You dishonor your heritage and your rep on Jedi. You could have
That's interesting. They think he's a Jedi. That's interesting.
to do as you wished. I've not only seen that, but experienced it.
If you're so little will, then you are no use to me, Khatui.
Damn, he's dead. Jeez.
What name do you respond to?
114D, sir.
Can you pilot this ship 114D?
I can, sir. Do you wish me to relocate the survivors to medbay or jettison any of the corpses?
Leave them. Captain Ma remarked that you have...
Well, I'm confused. Is the person I thought Grievous not Grievous or what?
But of course, for these...
He had the same ass.
Tend to be in the captain's quarters.
It's kind of like Grievous.
Prepare food.
I mean, obviously he's not going to become the exact same because he's younger and he's not a cyborg yet, but still.
Sir, we are approaching the coordinates supplied by your comlink.
How do you come to be born from Obicon, droid?
Formerly, I served the needs of the medical facility on Everest Sky.
In what capacity?
Research, in addition to performing a wide range of surgeries on beings of diverse species.
Thus, your many appendages.
Yes, sir. But the ones I wear currently were retrofitted when I became the property of Captain La, so that I might better serve the needs of the Wodegon.
And how did you become the captain's property?
I believe, sir, that I was awarded to Captain La in replacement for payments due for the receipts of certain merchandise. It is also my belief that the exchange was meant to be temporary.
But Captain La decided to keep you.
Yes, sir. She decided to keep me. I'm sorry to say that I am at a loss to explain her reasons, and I never presumed to ask.
That's a good quality in a droid.
I understand how it could be, sir.
Transmit this code over the comm.
Unidentified freighter. Deep space demo and removal is in reception of your request. Give us a moment to authenticate your transmission.
Holding fast while you authenticate.
Freighter, you're cleared for docking.
You will accompany me in the landing bay. Raise the boarding ramp behind us and activate the entire...
Damn, he looks menacing like that. All tall, like, jeez, he looks terrifying, dude.
Otherwise.
I understand, sir.
Magister Damask, I had no foreknowledge.
Yep, Damask. That's right.
Of course, Magister. Regardless, do you wish me to apprise Boss Cobra of your visit?
Is he on station?
No, sir, but he can be reached by comm.
That won't be necessary. I'll contact him myself.
As you wish, Magister. What services can the station provide?
The ship is to be sealed and slagged.
Without salvaging anything?
I said sealed and slagged. You need to hear it a third time.
Do you know who you're talking to, Mune?
Do you know who you're talking to?
Pup.
He means no disrespect, Magister. Boss Cobra...
You don't want to disrespect him, dude.
What do you call?
That'd be the worst mistake of your entire life.
And with due respect...
Donata. Perhaps young Donata should be muzzled to prevent him from endangering his father's business relationships.
His brashness reflects his inexperience, Magister. Trust that your orders regarding the ship will be honored in full.
I would also need a change of wardrobe and a fuel-piloted ship.
Can we provide the pilot with a destination beforehand?
Munilist.
Of course, Magister. And what are your instructions regarding the droid? Is the droid to be slugged along with the ship?
How much of your memory can be wiped without tampering with your medical protocols?
I'm modular in design. My memory storage can be erased in its entirety, or according to whatever parameters you establish.
Remain with the ship until it has been liquefied. I will expect a complete audio-vid recording.
At your service, Magister Damask.
Is this Coruscant? Oh, Munilist, okay. Munilist. Is that where the mutants are from? Because if so, that would be interesting. I wonder if we'll see any other mutants in this. Besides, of course, Plagueis, but like, I wonder if we'll see any other mutants.
We came as soon as Highport Immigration notified us. If you had contacted us from deep
I think that's one right there.
we could have sent a ship, rather than have you rely on Boss Cabra's specious hospitality.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. That's wild. That's wild.
I don't understand.
It's not important that you do. Suffice it to say that your dispatching a ship would only have resulted in further delay.
You were expected days ago.
Events of an unforeseen nature prevented me from returning earlier.
A successful journey, nevertheless, I assume.
You assume correctly.
We shouldn't tarry here any longer than necessary. Transport is waiting. You're limping. Are you injured?
Healing. Make no further mention of it.
We could postpone the gathering.
No. It would take place as scheduled.
I'm relieved to hear that. Since
Okay, yeah. Because I just saw the back of the other mutant's head, and he has that line in his head too. So yeah, it's Darth Plagueis doesn't have a cut in his head. It's just a part of their species. I guess that's just how their bodies are wired or whatever. Like that's how their bodies grow.
You'll be going to your residence or to a border?
Directly to the island. The droid will accompany me.
I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Are we secure in here?
Completely.
Brutus Gnome is dead.
The death?
Rugus Gnome, yep.
Where?
Of no relevance. Eventually, Gnome's estate will pass to us.
Just in case you're all confused as to who Rugus Gnome and who Magister Mask is. So Darth Tenebris, his real name is Rugus Gnome. And Darth Plagueis' real name is Hugo Damask, and then he's a Magister, so Magister Damask.
You are the executor in any
It's
case.
the same as Darth Sidious and Darth Vader. Like Darth Vader is actually Anakin Skywalker, this guy, and then Darth Sidious is Sheev Palpatine. Darth Tyrannus is Count Dooku, and Darth Maul, we don't know what his birth name is, but whatever his name is, that's who he is. And since Tenebris and Plagueis are Sith, they just use their birth names as their political names for when they're manipulating the politics, basically.
Are we venturing into the mining business now?
When the time is right, use intermediaries who can't be traced to us. I suspect that you will have to go all the way to the top to secure what we need. The indigents will be troublesome to negotiate with, but I'm confident that they can be persuaded. Bargain like you mean it, but in the end, spare no expense.
Bargaining is that important?
A hunch. What can we expect at the gathering?
Gardula has requested an audience.
Gardula? Like Gardula the Hutt?
She asks your help in mediating a dispute.
With whom?
The Basilitic clan.
This has been brewing for some time. What else?
Representatives.
Real quick, I'm gonna search up how old Jabba the Hutt is. I'm curious now, because I know Jabba the Hutt's very old.
Members of the Trade Federation and the Grand Protectorate will also be attending.
There's no pleasing any of them. There's another small matter we need to settle. Extend a personal invitation to the owners of Subtex and Mining.
I can't recall having engaged in dealings with them. Does this have anything to do with Valdemnik?
At a time they advised
So he's 600 years old during Return of the Jedi. That's crazy.
If the Bith parted with them, they must come highly recommended.
I would think. But in fact, I don't see much future for them. You will come to find yourself at home here, as I have.
I'm certain I will, Magister Damask.
In Time will see to having your original appendages restored so that you can earn your keep.
I look forward to it, Majesty. I recognize that you are involved in research related to species durability and hybridization, but I must confess to being unfamiliar with many of the examples of fauna and flora you have amassed. And
Who the
few
hell's
of the
that?
documents in your library. Is this data available for upload?
Some portion of it. The remainder will have to be scanned.
Then the task will require standard years, Majesty.
There's like a bunch of weird creatures and aliens in here. There's blood all over the place.
I
Jeez.
understand, sir. Is there specific data you wish me to assimilate first?
Start with this. It is a history of the
Sith
I
holocron.
have multiple listings under that heading. One defines the Sith as an ancient sect devoted to the study of the Force, similar to the Jedi, but guided by different principles.
That's close enough for now.
Majesty Damas, if I may be so bold as to inquire, what is our eventual goal?
The goal is to extend my life indefinitely. To conquer death.
I have access to data on alleged elixirs of life and fountains of youth, Magister, but all living things ultimately die, do they not?
At present, 114D.
I have experience in organ replacement surgery, telomere genotherapy, and carbonite suspension, but nothing beyond that.
And you merely scratched the surface. My blood, my essence, my subject to analysis. The midichlorians may defy my will. Despite my amplified powers, they remain stagnant, elusive. The ancient Sith tantalize with whispers of immortality, yet their secrets remain veiled. Darth Bane had preferred
There's Darth Bane, damn.
the purest forms of the dark side.
Wow.
Yet his disciples believe that
There's Darth Xana.
mere echoes of promise unfulfilled. Is it their power that wanes, or has the Force itself shifted its balance? Have the Fist mounted to their survival? Corporal or not, I will achieve it. Nothing less than my body and mind is.
I hate all my legs are falling asleep, dude. It's because of crisscross applesauce. So my legs are falling asleep. Sojourn, the Hunter's Moon. Sojourn? Is that how you pronounce it? Sojourn or Sojourn? I think it'd be Sojourn. Oh, there's some more mutants. Wow.
I've been admiring your entertainers, Magister, particularly the Twilight Singers. Perhaps you could help me procure some.
Leave it to the who supplies the females. You'll have to speak with her.
On to business, then.
A busy schedule of
I want these to be visible,
for
though.
pleasantries.
I plan to make a grab for Tatooine, Magister, and I've come to solicit.
Yep, there's one of the huts.
I'm very well in the Arcanus sector of the Outer Rim.
By support, I presume we are talking about credits.
I'm aware that you disapprove of spice and slavery, but there are profits to be made on Tatooine by other means.
Not moisture farming, then?
You mock me.
I tease you, Dracula. I know little about Tatooine other than that the planet was heir to an ecological catastrophe in the dim past, and that its vast deserts now support a population of ne'er-do-wells, scoundrels, and hapless spaces of all species. I've heard it said that nothing pans out on Tatooine, and that beings who reside there age prematurely.
Fortunately, longevity comes naturally to my species. But I don't want four enemies of a different sort, Magister. Enemies who would like nothing more than to see me in an early grave.
The Silvertip clan.
They are precisely the reason I wish to remove myself from Nalada and from the likes of Jabba Disidikti and the rest. your financial assistance, I can accomplish that. I know that you have befriended Huts in your own planetary neighborhood.
It's true that Drixel and Plugger have done well for themselves on Cobra, but their successes came at a high cost. What are you offering in return for her investment?
A broad race course that will make those on Mallister and on your own unitist seem like amateur runs. In addition, the renaissance of an annual pod race event that will bring tens of thousands of gamblers to Tatooine and fill my coffers to overflowing. And I'm willing to take you on as a partner,
A silent partner.
as you wish.
In addition to a percentage of the profits, I want you to arrange for Boss Cobra to operate freely on Nar Shaddaa.
The Dug Crime Force.
You know the one.
I can't make promises, Magister. My son is deeply entrenched in Nar Shaddaa, and the Milos are grooming Alexei here to assume control of the organization. They may not appreciate or permit.
Those are hard terms, Gandula. Find some way to allow Cobra to reach an accommodation with my son, and we will support your takeover of Tatooine. This very night, I can arrange for you to meet with officials representing the Bank of Argyle, who will advance whatever amount of credits you need.
I accept your terms, Magister Device. You will not be disappointed.
Ooh, I think I know what's coming up. Darth Venomous, right?
Promise me, Magister Device, that you haven't entered into a deal with Gardula.
Our dealings with the Huts are no less confidential than our dealings with you, Senator T.
Rumors abound of Gardula's plans to refurbish the pod race course on Tatooine and enter into direct competition with Mallastar.
Surely you haven't come all this way to hear me address rumors.
Promises were made, Magister.
And fulfilled. As a means of offsetting losses in revenue derived from pod racing, the cost of Mallastar's fuel exports could be raised.
That sounds more like a possibility than a guarantee.
We will take it up with the steering committee, but for now, consider it a starting point for discussion. What else is troubling you, Senator?
The favoritism you show to the Trade Federation.
We merely help them secure full representation in the Senate.
The Directorate was doing perfectly well for itself without full representation. And in exchange for what? Surrendering some of the shipping monopoly they enjoyed in the Outer Rim?
What's fair is fair.
Thanos has no part in it. You're interested only in having the Directorate do your bidding on Coruscant. Even a rate hike from Mallastar's fuel will profit us holdings and the Trade Federation more than it will me.
He can't.
Let him go.
If we're to benefit from the power they wield in the Senate, we'll need to find some way to placate them, Higo.
I disagree. We need to find a way to show Team that he is expendable.
We were stunned to receive your invitation, Magister. We had no idea we were even on your scanners.
We keep a close watch on galactic events. I trust you've been enjoying our food and entertainment.
More than you know, Magister, or perhaps more than we care to admit.
More than I know. That's very funny indeed. Allow us to show you how we execute some of the inner workings of the gathering.
We'd be honored.
Suck to be whoever gets executed by that thing. Oh, never mind. They're executing the thing. Okay.
We're directly beneath the central courtyard. Each cargo symbolizes an abhorrent aspect of the Republic. Practices we all wish to see overturned. Its whole theater, you understand. Merriment for the masses.
Obviously a real crowd, pleaser, Magister.
Then you must join in. Climb aboard. Go ahead. Climb aboard.
Have we done something to displease you, Magister?
A good question. Have you?
Precisely. How did we come to your notice?
A mutual friend brought you to our attention. A myth named Rugus Known. You've recently supplied him with a survey report and a mining probe.
We can make this right.
Then be quick about it. The laser cannons fire automatically.
Plasma! An untapped reservoir of plasma. Enough to provide energy to 1,000 worlds.
Where? On what world?
Naboo.
Something of a
That's where he meets Palpatine.
At capital of the Chombo sector. Relatively close to Tatooine, in fact. Once a
Tatooine?
source
Interesting.
have cloned for use as game in the real forests.
Who hired you to conduct the mining survey?
That should be in opposition to the monarchy, Magister.
This Naboo is ruled by a royal.
A king. His detractors wish to see the planet opened to galactic trade.
This plasma reservoir is as enormous as you claim.
Unique among known worlds.
Transport them to the most remote world you can find in the Tingal Arm, and make certain they remain there in the event I have further need of them.
That's Darth Venomous.
Magister, the eastern perimeter has been breached. It's possible that one of our guests may have overstayed his royal welcome. I think we have something. Will you be all right, Magister? Or should we wait with you?
Go, but keep me informed.
What's really cool is Darth Venomous in this is voiced by Star Wars Theory, and I actually met Star Wars Theory. It's so cool. It's awesome. Star Wars Theory voice. There he is, right there. Yeah.
Of course, you said.
You know what? Let me see this. There we go. That's better. Yep, there he is. I've already seen this part too.
Okay. Generous. Yes, that was impossible. But who then? They are well trained. I sense the Force in you, but not the dark side.
I knew I could draw you out, Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Tenebris to thank for it.
He made you in his image. You're the product of this science.
You're an old fool. He found and trained me.
He took you as an apprentice.
I am Darth Venomous.
Darth. We'll see about that.
Your death will legitimize the title, Plagueis.
Darth, we'll see to that, or we'll see about that. That's so cool.
Even now he waits my return.
Awaits. Tenebris is dead.
I wish it was so.
What's more, he died by my hand.
Impossible.
How powerful can you be if you fail to sense the death of your master? Even now, your thoughts fly in all directions.
In killing you, I will avenge his death and become the Sith Lord he knew you could never be.
The Sith he wanted me to be. But enough of this. You've come a long way to challenge me. Now make a worthy effort.
That's so crazy. Darth Venomous versus Darth Plagueis. Wow. Both of Tenebris' students fighting.
Yield.
I submit, Darth Plagueis. I accept that I must apprentice myself to you.
You presume too much, Venomous. Around you, I will always have to watch my back.
Is it true, Master? Is Darth Tenebris dead?
Dead and deservedly
Whoa, what the
so.
hell?
The future of the Sith no longer hinges on physical prowess, but on political cunning. A new Sith will rule less by brute force than by means of instilling fear.
And what is to become of me, Master?
Consume it.
I know this plant. It will poison me.
It will. But I will make certain you don't die. You may be Tenebris' most important gift to me.
His brain continues to recuperate from the effects of the coma room alkaloids. His physical condition, however, remains stable.
That's good, because I'm not interested in his mind.
In the same way that tectonic forces cause a boulder to plunge into a river, forever diverting its course, events give rise to individuals who, stepping into the current of the force, alter the tide of history. You are such a one. You are of our blood, Ego, but we can no longer raise you as our progeny. In truth, and in ways that you will eventually come to understand, you belong to him. We Sith are an unseen opposition, a phantom menace. Where the Sith once wore armor, we now
There's Tenebris again.
cloaks. But the Force works through us all the more powerfully in our invisibility. For the present, the more covert we remain, the more influence we can have. Our revenge will be achieved not through subjugation, but by contagion.
Our campaign has been stalled by recent allegations of the leaders of some of the royal housings. Something has to be done to recapture momentum, and quickly. Counter-allegations made public by an unknown benefactor went a long way toward undoing the initial damages of the nobles' media releases. But a new wariness has gripped the electorate, strengthening the position of our provincial opponents.
Audio cancellation. Are all the Naboo as hirsute and elaborately costumed as this Varuna?
They are traditionalists, tonsorial
Okay,
as
weird.
well as politically. The style of dress and facial adornments pay homage to the regalia of Queen Eleanor and Theseus of Islam.
They are not at all as thorough as bookies.
In addition to looks, Naboo supports a hairless amphibious species known as the Gungans. Perhaps
Gungans, interesting, yeah. That's Jar Jar Binks species.
What was the nature of the allegations made by the royal houses?
First, they leaked word of the mining survey we had performed. The revelation failed to have the intended effect, because several members of the electorate favor opening Naboo to galactic trade. Then, when they learned of our initial talks with Damask Holdings, the nobles accused us of selling Naboo to the highest bidder to, and I'll quote, a shady extra-system cartel of ruthless criminals. You understand, Magister, that our world has yet to overcome a long history of forbidding outside influence. The royal houses realize that trade is a sensitive issue and are now advocating for Naboo to oversee the transport of plasma to other worlds. But frankly, we lack both the funds and the expertise to make that a reality.
How were the nobles able to learn of our overtures to you?
We haven't been able to determine the source.
We need to consider that someone close to our organization may be responsible for this leak. The royal houses need to be informed that a leap into the business of transgalactic shipping is ill-advised. Naboo will need funding, logistical support, and perhaps even republic legislation. And it is precisely in those areas where Damask Holdings can serve as an intermediary. Actual funding would come from the intergalactic banking clan, and other conglomerates would be involved in assisting Naboo in tapping the plasma, and in the construction of a spaceport of sufficient size to handle the ships needed to transport it.
Von Tupelo will certainly want to address these points with the electorate.
You mentioned certain counter-allegations released by an unknown party.
Yes, and I confess that we are as surprised with the information as anyone. Seems that our group is not the first to seek the advice and support of off-world interests. Roughly 60 standard years ago, at the height of a war between the Naboo and the Gungans, our monarch was killed, and it has now emerged that some members of the very same royal houses that opposed Tupelo struck a secret deal with a mercenary group to intervene in the war should the Naboo suffer further setbacks. Fortunately, the conflict was resolved without the need for outside help. In fact, as a result of that conflict, the monarchy has since been an elected rather than hereditary truce.
You say that the information came as a surprise.
The information had to have been provided by a source within the opposition.
Varuna is correct.
Real quick, I'm gonna search up when Darth Plagueis takes place, like, cause I wanna figure out how many years this is before the Phantom Menace. So when does the Darth Plagueis book take place?
Only someone with access to the family archives could have discovered it.
What is the name of the royal family?
Palpatine.
We may have found a potential ally. Someone willing to keep us informed of the royals' plan for the election.
An inside man, as it were.
We wish
Doesn't say anything.
in order to
I know it's like 67 BBY. So what would that be? Like
Allow us to refute any allegations of secret collusion.
I'll have to go on like
All of us
let's
must
see.
have something to gain.
It will be our great honor to welcome Magister Damask.
He's heading to Naboo, yep. Damn. I've officially watched a whole hour of this already. I'm halfway through. Wow.
As I said weeks before, we honor your arrival, Magister.
And as I told you,
Damn, Plagueis looks amazing in a red robe. He looks badass.
especially you, I suspect.
Aye.
When the time is right, you and I will confer privately.
Clearly, you put a good deal of thought into this, but is there no room in your plans for the Naboo firms?
The last thing we want is to have these construction projects be seen as signs of foreign occupation. Our partners wish to work closely with Naboo's own plasma energy engineering and the feed space vessel.
So I'm gonna type this out so I can help do the math of the timeline.
The improvements are viewed as a cooperative
So
effort.
let's see.
When the construction phases are completed, the refinery and the spaceports will be under your full control.
Yet the opposition contends that Naboo will be forever indebted to the banking clan and the Trade Federation.
Only until the plasma begins to flow. I understand your trepidation, but the question you need to ask yourselves is whether you can win the crown without our help.
I suppose so, Magister, but perhaps it's better to run the risk of defeat rather than ascend to the throne in dishonor.
Dishonor? Have we crossed the galaxy to be insulted?
Quiet. We mean no insult to Damask holdings. Yes, we must be mindful of the concerns of the present electorate, but we shouldn't allow the fearful voices of a few to cripple our chance of joining the galactic community and raising the profile of the entire Chomo sector. I suggest we act boldly.
So I figured it out. This is 34 years before the Phantom Menace. This is 34 years.
We and we alone are capable of entering into an agreement.
Alright, 34 years.
And others that will allow Naboo to restructure its debt, achieve favorable world status with the core,
34 or 35 years.
lower interest rates, and endless opportunities for employment.
I think, right? Yeah.
On and off-world. We must seize this moment before it disappears.
Do you have anything to add, Magister Damask?
Only that we couldn't have stated our case any better than Theed's future governor already has.
Here.
One day soon, Varuna will be the king of Naboo. I'm looking for a student named Palpatine.
Palpatine.
I might find him just now. Is he perhaps attending a class?
He comes and goes. Maybe I saw him at the youth program building.
Maybe.
I think it was him.
Can you direct me there?
Yeah, and that's the Palpatine theme song, but like a more happier, good version of it. Because he ain't a Sith yet.
Young human, a moment of your time. Palpatine,
How do you know my name?
I know more about you than just your name.
Normally, I take exception at people claiming to know something about me. But since I know something about you as well, I will restrain myself.
What is it you know about me?
You're Hugo Damas. The president? No, the magister of Damas Holdings. My father said that you were coming to Naboo to meet with Bon Tapalo. Your group is showing up as bid for the throne.
Did your father say that I might be coming to meet with you also?
Why would he? And what exactly is it you want with me?
I believe we have something in common.
I very much doubt that.
Perhaps all the more reason to become acquainted, then. Who was the man you were speaking with earlier?
My mentor in the youth program, his name is Vidar Kim. He's an aide to Naboo's Republic, senator, and will likely succeed her, and not a supporter of Tapalo.
Are you interested in politics beyond your participation in the legislative youth program?
I'm not sure what I want to do after university.
But you've some interest in politics.
I didn't say that. I said I wasn't sure.
I'm a stranger to Theed. Would you consider showing me around?
Listen, I'm
just a short tour. Theed is a beautiful city.
If you like museums.
You've no interest in art.
I enjoy art, but I'm more than most.
In all things.
I wish Theed weren't so crowded. I wish the winters were milder. I wish our king had fewer advisors and ministers.
That sounds like a political statement.
It is simply my personal opinion.
They're not mutually exclusive.
What are you attempting to draw out of me?
It has come to my attention that
it's so crazy seeing Palpatine like so young like that. It's wild.
Has aided Tapalo's campaign.
How?
That isn't important right now. What is that you did so against what would have been the wishes of your father, your mentor, and some of the other royals.
Are you planning to divulge this?
What might happen if I didn't?
To begin with, my father would murder me.
Literally.
He would disown me.
It's true, then. You and your father find yourselves on opposite sides of the issues that animate the coming election.
It would be far stranger to find ourselves on the same side of any issue. I want to see Naboo break with the past. I want us to belong to the greater galaxy. Is it wrong to want to play an important role in the history of the Republic?
Governments rise and fall.
You have a better idea of how to govern the galaxy?
I'm just an old human who wouldn't know about that.
That's interesting how he's talking about how to govern the galaxy, because eventually, years later, he will become emperor of the entire galaxy. Yeah, of the Galactic Empire. But that's not for another friggin' years, dude. Decades, even. Yeah, decades.
This vehicle is yours.
A prototype patrol-grade Flash. I race competitively.
Do you win?
Why else would I bother racing?
Who knows? Perhaps you'll go into banking one day.
Unlikely. Not just on Damas.
I suppose there are better ways to earn credits.
Credits don't interest me.
I'm beginning to wonder just what does. Palpatine, I wonder how you would feel about working with us. Damas Holdings. I mean...
In what capacity?
To be perfectly blunt, as a kind of spy. I won't say that you and I want the same things for Naboo, because clearly, and notwithstanding your feelings about architecture, you hold your world dear. My group, however, is less interested in Naboo's government than it is in Naboo's plasma, and what it will fetch on the open market.
If you had phrased it any differently,
And you accept? You're willing to update us regarding whatever political machinations your father's group may have in the works?
Only if I can report directly to you.
Is that your wish?
It is.
Then by all means, you'll report exclusively to me. I'll see to it that the necessary arrangements are made.
I could take you for a ride tomorrow. If you have time, I mean. Show you some more of the outskirts.
If I have your word, you won't go too fast.
Only fast enough to keep it interesting.
Exhilarating.
That was the iconic laugh right there.
Maybe I'll become a professional racer.
But Naboo might expect more of the eldest son of House Palpatine.
I ignore the expectations of others.
Was the speeder a gift from your father?
A bribe, but one I accepted.
Does he approve of your racing?
My father hasn't ridden with me for years.
He doesn't know what he's missing.
It has nothing to do with my talents. When I was younger, I was responsible for the deaths of 2 pedestrians. At the time, my father threatened never to allow me to fly, but he eventually relented.
But made him change his mind.
I wore him down.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
There are some ancient ruins in there. But that's Gungan territory.
Have you had any dealings with them?
Personally, no. But I have seen the ones that come into Moria to trade for goods.
What are your thoughts about them?
Aside from the fact that they are long-eared, slimy-tongued primitives.
Aside from that,
I don't mind them, so long as they keep to the submerged cities and waterways.
not get in the way.
Exactly. Humans deserve to have the upper hand here.
There are many worlds in the galaxy where the matter of who has the upper hand, as it were, is in dispute.
That's because most beings are afraid to take charge. Think about what the Republic Senate might accomplish under the leadership of a strong being.
I have given thought to that, Palpatine.
What does the Senate do in response to each and every crisis?
This is amazing, dude.
Restore order and moves on without addressing the roots of the problem.
The Jedi could rule the Republic if they wished. I suppose we should be grateful that the Order is dedicated to peace.
I don't view it like that. I think the Jedi have dedicated themselves to limiting change. They wait for the Senate to tell them when and where to intervene and what to fix. But in fact, they could use the Force to impose their will on the entire galaxy if they wanted. I'd have more respect for them if they did.
Do you grant your father respect when he attempts to impose his will on you?
That's different. The reason I don't respect him is because he's not half as intelligent as he thinks he is. If he could admit to his weaknesses, I could at least pity him.
Before long, I could own this human.
House Palpatine is wealthy, but not nearly as wealthy as some of the other houses, and not nearly as influential with the king and the electorate. Despite my father's attempts to take a leadership position with the royals, he lacks the political acumen needed to elevate our house to a position of true entitlement, and along with it the awareness to recognize that the time has come for Naboo to exploit its matchless resources and join the modern galaxy. Instead, he and his cronies, in complete and utter political ineptitude, want to keep us caged in the past.
Does your mother share his views?
Only because she espouses no views of her own. Only because he has made her subservient to him. As he has my well-behaved brothers and sisters who treat me like an interloper, and yet to my father represent all I can never be.
And yet you honor your house by going by its
Something I just thought of just now is I would actually kind of like to see Everest do a Darth Tenebris movie with same as this, with like Darth Tenebris and his master, and then him meeting young Darth Plagueis, you know, Hugo Damask, and then I guess you could end that trilogy right where this one starts. That would be pretty cool. Or maybe you could do one Tenebris movie. I don't know. I just like by seeing young Palpatine, I now want to see young Plagueis. That would be cool.
But when you were young, did you question your motive?
Oh wow! Right as I'm talking about it, he's talking about him being young. Wow.
To everyone else's.
I never asked why this or why that. What if this or what if that? I simply responded to my own determination. Some of us are required to do what others cannot.
Malistaire. Oh yeah, these are the pod races. Oh wow.
Have you picked a winner, Master?
Palpatine's gonna be there.
I believe I have. Why is it that we never see humans competing in races?
They haven't the talent for it. The favorite to win today is the dog at the controls of the blue racer.
Perhaps Gardula will be able to entice humans to...
For now, my hair is wet, by the way, guys, because I took a shower recently, so yeah.
So it is true. You support the Hutt.
It's simply business.
Is this the purpose of your visit? To reopen wounds that have not yet been healed?
Yes.
I don't compound the effects.
From whom did you learn of our interests on Naboo?
I don't.
From whom?
We were approached by subtext mining, following the unexplained disappearance of some.
That alien's eyes look so weird, dude.
Sojourn, I suspect.
They were in fine health when they left the gathering.
I'm certain they were.
Why did subtext approach you?
To inform us that you are involved in a deal for the plasma. First, you strike a deal with Gardula that favors Tatooine over Malistaire. And now, Naboo's plasma captures your attention, despite your offer to increase the cost of Malistaire's energy exports. So, why shouldn't we have alerted the opponents of yours on Naboo when you would have done the same?
You harmed yourself by attempting to sabotage us. The Protectorate could have profited from Naboo, as the Trade Federation will, but no longer.
We refuse to be demeaned. Again, I remind you, Magister, that promises were made. We are not without allies and cronies in the Senate. We can crush any legislation you wish to see passed, or arrange for your bills and no big contracts to languish in procedure for years. We'll put one of our own in the Chancellorship. We'll deny the Trade Federation shipping rights on Kinnan and along the trade spine. We'll turn the dice loose onto the moons. And you'll never get what you want, Magister.
On the contrary.
Better be careful while you talk to him.
Order the Sun God to retrieve the miners we removed in the Tingo Arm. Execute them and have their bodies dumped at the gates of Subtext Mining's corporate headquarters on Corellia. Mars Verona was supposed to meet us at the spaceport. Hold it right there. Which one of you is Magister Damask? That would be me. What is the meaning of this? Someone important wishes to speak with you. He only asks your cooperation and follow us.
Someone important.
You need not worry here. I will be gone shortly. I fully intend to meet our host personally.
Is it who I think it is, Dooku? Or Palpatine, I'm not sure. Man, I wonder how long it took to make this, dude. This is a masterpiece, dude.
Beautiful work, isn't it?
As is the view.
My, I'm so glad.
Oh, it's Palpatine's father. Okay.
Magister Damask.
The presence of armed guards suggested an absence of choice, Monsignor Palpatine.
Well, they were for your protection, Magister.
I never thought of Naboo as a dangerous world.
For some, it is. But now that you are here, allow me to show you around. That is Varicino, a prize of the lake country, once owned by the poet Omar Berenko, and previously occupied by the Medberi family. Are you perhaps familiar with Berenko's masterwork in the defense of Naboo?
Sadly, no.
I'll arrange for you to be provided with a translation.
A copy in the original text would be fine. I'm fluent in your language.
Ita, intelligotisati peritum in Naboo rai publique pere.
Perhaps you'll take up a study of the View language next.
Let me tell you a short story about Ponte Palo and Ars Verona. 70 years ago, some 2 decades after our own conflict with them, the Gungans found themselves embroiled in a war for survival with a mercenary army. Fortunately, the Gungans prevailed. Though not without many deaths.
That's so cool seeing like Star Wars history. That's wild. That's before Plagueis' time, even. Possibly before Tenebrous' time, like generations ago.
One of Naboo's darkest secrets, in the hope that you'll learn something from it. The reason for the war was plasma, and the houses that contributed most to funding the mercenary army were House Tapalo and House Farouk. When my grandfather learned of this, he challenged Tapalo's father to a duel of honor, and eventually succumbed to the injuries Tapalo's blade inflicted. The duel took place just there.
How utterly romantic and human.
Perhaps you failed to grasp the point of the story, Magister. Tapalo, Verona, and the rest of the group of thugs are interested only in power and wealth, at whatever cost in Naboo. The discovery of a plasma reservoir below Theed was the worst thing that could have happened. And now, they mean to exploit it for all it's worth, with the aid of influential beings like yourself. This is why Tapalo must never be king.
It would appear that the electorate disagrees with you.
For now, yes. But we have plans to bring the electorate back into line, beginning with an announcement that the deal Tapalo struck with the banking clan has fallen through.
I wasn't aware that it had.
Why do you think we stopped your party from entering feed? We still wield enough power to keep you from setting foot on Naboo. And you may as well hear the rest of it, Magister. The Republic Senate has been apprised of numerous attempts to meddle with and destabilize the sovereignty of our world. The Naboo have a legend about 6 impenetrable gates that hold back chaos. House Palpatine is one of those gates, Damars.
And we Munes represent chaos.
We are not opposed to having Naboo join the galactic community when the time is right. But not now, and not like this. T'Polo's promise of tax cuts and trade with the core. Those are the very tactics the Republic deploys to seduce primitive worlds into surrendering their resources. The Naboo admire philosophers, not bankers and deal brokers. T'Polo's election to the throne would lead to catastrophe.
The defense of Naboo. The poem you mentioned.
What about it?
Whatever became of the author, Barinko?
He was abducted by assailants and never found. Are you threatening me here in my own home?
I thought we were discussing history. I only meant to ask what might happen if you are unsuccessful in restraining chaos. And topical.
You know, it's really cool to see Plagueis talking to Palpatine's father. It's really cool.
I already told you that will not happen. And here is why. Because you're going to tell your friends in the Banking Clan of the Trade Federation that you've lost interest in Naboo.
I'm gonna just have a snack real quick, just a little snack. We got these.
You're a very long way from doing this, Master. I strongly suggest that you reboard your ship and leave the Common sector as quickly and quietly as possible. Lest anyone fall victim to an untoward event.
I take your lead, Cosika Palpatine.
And one more thing. I don't know precisely why you're taking such a keen interest in my son, or he in you, but you're to have no further dealings with him.
Your son has great potential.
Potential I don't want to
He
see
does.
spoiled by your kind. Removing him out of your reach in any case.
I've been given to believe that the Naboo are an open people, but then the Gungans probably wouldn't agree either.
Enough of this. God! Get him out of my sight.
Chandrilla. Or Chandrila, I don't know how it's pronounced, but yeah.
I knew you'd come, son.
How did you know?
I just knew.
And just how often are your premonitions correct?
Almost always. Curious.
Must mean he's force sensitive. That girl looks like friggin' Bail Organa. But it can't be, because he'd be like a kid. He'd be like a little kid at this point, right? Like a baby or something. I mean, hey, it could be Bail Organa's father. I don't know.
Your father may have dispatched surveillance personnel.
He's monitoring my off-world communiques. But even he wouldn't have me watch.
You underestimate him, Palpatine. I spoke with him at Convergence.
The lake house? When? How?
He threatened, too, to place you out of reach.
He can't do this. He hasn't the right. I won't allow it.
And this human truly been born of flesh and blood parents, when in fact he seems sprung from the region itself.
You have to help me.
How can I help you? He's your father.
Tell me what to do. Tell me what you would do.
You could use this incident as a means of emancipating yourself.
Naboo doesn't honor that practice. I'm in this way until I'm 21.
The legalities of emancipation don't interest me.
Until he's 21, so Palpatine's young then. He's like 20 or like 18 or something? Jeez.
Of completing the act of
This is really young Palpatine.
rejected your given name.
You mean disobey him?
If that's as far as you're willing to go, and without thought to consequences, uncertainty is the first step towards self-determination. Courage comes next.
What would I do?
What do you want to do, Palpatine? If the choice was yours and yours alone.
I didn't want to live as ordinary beings live.
Do you fancy yourself extraordinary?
I want to live an extraordinary life.
Make no apologies for your desires. Extraordinary in what way? Why are you holding back? If you're going to dream, then dream large. You hinted that you had no interest in politics.
I have an interest in love.
This is a really great scene. I like this.
Does your interest go? To what position do you aspire? Republic Senator? Monarch of Naboo? Supreme Chancellor of the Republic?
You'll think less of me if I tell you.
How you underestimate me as you do your honor.
I want to be a force for change. I want to rule.
There, he admits it.
He wants to rule.
A human to wear the mask of power while landing what Sith Lord rules in secret. If that can't happen, if you can't rule, then what?
More power, enough.
Suppose I said that I would be willing to be your ally in this quest.
What would you expect from me in return?
Nothing more than that you commit to your intent to free yourself, that you grant yourself the license to do whatever is necessary to realize your ambitions, at whatever risk to your alleged well-being, and to full expectation of the solitude that will ensue. I want to tell you something about my past. I was born and raised not on Mutalised, but on a world called Maikito. And not to my father's primary...
Are they gonna show young Plagueis?
...wife. I only experienced Mutalised as a young adult when my father returned there. Due to strict population laws, only someone of my father's influence could bring a non-indigenous, half-clone member like me to the planet. Despite this, my father's family saw me as an outsider, lacking the social grace of those born on Mutalised. The mutants detest non-conformity, and I had it in abundance. My siblings were model citizens, insular, self-important, and thrifty to a fault. It angered me to be accepted by galaxies downtrodden, but rejected by these self-serving beings. They had to accept me as a fully bonded clan member, entitled to my share of my father's wealth. But I had to prove my worth by preparing successful financial forecasts and being judged by the ruling elite. I passed my tests and trials, but soon after, my father fell ill. On his deathbed, he advised me to do whatever was necessary to survive, even using harsh means if needed, as lesser minds required guidance and punishment. My father died of a rare genetic disease, which my siblings inherited, but I did not. Panicked by the prospect of early death, my siblings searched for the finest geneticists and found one who claimed to have a cure. Confident they had avoided the family curse, they underwent treatment, including my grandmother, and then focused on legally ostracizing me from the family. Little did they realize that I had hired the geneticist, and the treatments he provided were as fake as his credentials. Gradually, they began to grow ill and die one by one. I watched from afar, gloating, even pretending to be sad at their funerals and indifferent at rituals that transferred their wealth to me. Eventually, I outlived all of them and inherited.
This is like one of the best parts of the whole movie, dude. I love this. It's amazing. That was really deep, dude. That was wild.
Monster.
You underestimate me, Manchester.
Palpatine, your father is here.
When did he arrive?
An hour ago, your mother and siblings are also aboard.
They didn't tell me.
You're already clear Chandra the customs, so we can proceed directly to the ship.
Just discharging your orders? Is that it?
It's a job, kid. That's the long and short of it.
That's the Sith infiltrator. That becomes Darth Maul's ship one day, and Tenebra's built that. Yeah.
Your mother and siblings are aft. I'll join you there once we've completed the jump.
Damn, my hand keeps falling asleep, dude. It's annoying.
Our course is set for Common Minor. For the foreseeable future, you're going to be residing with the Greejatters family. Clothes and other items we thought you'd like to have with you are already aboard. You and Janice got along well the last time we visited. A change of scene will do you good.
I did this without conferring with me. What about my university courses? My obligations to the youth program?
That has all been arranged. You can partner with Janice in Common Minor's program.
The Greejatters' hatred of non-humans meets with your approval then.
Their chauvinism notwithstanding. I approve of them a lot more than I do you current friends.
No.
This is for your own good.
No. Father of lies, how would you know what's good for me? Have you ever even cared? This is about my friendship with Higo Damas, isn't it?
Ah, is this what you think it is? Damask is merely using you as a means of securing information about our strategies for the election.
Of course he is.
And yet you continue to befriend him.
What you consider the rape of Naboo, I see as a step forward. Higo Damas is a blessing. He's powerful, influential, and brilliant. More so than any of my so-called professors. Head and shoulders above you.
Man, there's a reason he's Darth Plagueis the Wise. There's a reason.
It seems to sound to me like this confrontation goes beyond mere political differences.
You know it does. You're using this to put me under your thumb again.
Which wouldn't be necessary if you showed even the slightest ability to conduct yourself appropriately.
My social infractions and trespasses. I refuse to go over old ground.
The reason on yourself, considering the shame you've nearly brought on us.
I have brought no more shame on the family than you have.
We're not discussing me.
All right, leave me on Common Minor, as I won't remain there.
I can see to it that you do.
By assigning some of your muscle men to keep me in line, I'm a lot smarter than them, Father.
After what you already did to counter our plans with Tapalo, there can be no hint of scandal. Have you no idea what's at stake for Naboo?
And for you, your mistress's brother becomes king, and you will get a lofty position you've always desired, but don't deserve.
It'll be so good to have you gone.
Finally, you admit it.
You're as much a mystery to me now as you were when you were young.
Because you lack the ability to understand me.
Grandiose as ever.
Grandiose, in fact. You have no idea what I'm capable of. No one does.
I know that you are of my blood, because I had you tested, just to be certain. But in truth, I don't know where you came from, who or what you've actually descended from. Yes, there is. That glow I have been on the receiving end of for 17 long years.
So Palpatine's 17 then in this.
Murder has
Okay.
always been in your thoughts, hasn't it? You've merely been waiting for someone to grant you permission to act.
He's younger than me. Wow.
I don't need anyone's permission.
'Cause I just turned 19.
You're an animal at heart.
What's today? March 5th.
I've known it since the first moment
I turned 19 4 days ago, March 1st.
You fought me with the strength that was too powerful for your size or age.
I was born mature, fully grown, and you hated me for it.
Hated you more than you know. Enough to want to kill you from the start.
Well, then you had better do it. Now.
He said, do it. Oh, he's using the Force.
What was that?
Where do you think you are going?
If the Force better than you, then I curse it. I curse it.
There's nothing.
Cosina?
We are all in this.
Damn. Oh, hello there, Everest. What's up? Hope you're enjoying it. Have a nice day. Yeah, thank you. What's up, man? Oh, yeah, it's a masterpiece, dude. It's a masterpiece. This thing's amazing. I'm already almost done. It's like 20 minutes left about. It's really great. It's 10 out of 10. It's really great. I'm going to watch episode 2 tomorrow. But yeah, I can't wait. And episode 3, I'm excited for that. I mean, all your stuff's great. It's so cool, man.
Majesty the Mask. There is an incoming transmission.
One second.
It is the young human, Palpatine.
Where are you?
I'm not sure.
You're in a starship.
Not my ship.
Read aloud the navigomputer coordinates.
Ringwood of XOD along the Hydean Way.
Contact the Sun Guard. Have them ready a ship and prepare yourself to.
All right. I'm gonna get back to watching it.
Are you capable of maintaining your present course?
The autopilot is engaged.
Tell me.
I don't know why, but I like seeing blood on Palpatine's face. It makes him look menacing. Especially the fact that this is a young Palpatine, too. It makes it a lot more just, I don't know, sinister? Well, he's young. Yeah, he's 17 years old. That's crazy, dude.
Over and done with. Now to reason even further and ensure his continued usefulness. Did anyone Han Chandra observes you board the family ship.
Only the god. And he's dead. Everyone's dead.
Meaning to
They killed everyone.
and covertly to Chandra. Sending help. I join among them. Offer no explanation of what occurred, even if asked, but follow every command without question.
You're not coming with them.
I will see you soon enough, Palpatine.
But the ship. The evidence.
I'll make arrangements for the ship's disposal. No one will ever learn of this event. Do you understand?
I trust you.
And Palpatine, congratulations on becoming an emancipated being.
Emancipated being. Interesting. What does that mean? Let me search that up. 'Cause I'm curious now. What is emancipated definition?
Soon. Astounded week is not soon.
Free from legal, social, or political restrictions. So, like, essentially, like, no one's in control of you, right? Like, you are just completely in control of yourself and what you do. Like, no law, nothing can stop you, basically. Okay.
Am I not your agent on the boot?
You did provide us with some useful information.
I did more than that, Magistar. And you know it. You share as much responsibility for what's happened as I do.
Has it really been only a week? Or you seem greatly changed? Were the Chandra and Naboo authorities so rough on you?
As you promised. Where there's no evidence, there is no crime. They searched extensively, but found nothing. But it is you who have changed, despite knowing this would happen.
Did I suspect that you and your father might reach an impasse? Of course. It would have been obvious to anyone. But you seem to be implying that I somehow divined that the confrontation would end in violence.
You are lying. You may as well have forced my hand.
What an odd way to put it. But since you've grasped the truth of it, I offer you a confession. Yes, I deliberately goaded you.
You came to Shantula to ensure my father's spies saw us together.
Once more, correct. You think me proud of you.
You used me.
There was no other way.
Oh, you know what I just noticed? I have the damn the sequel characters right there. How didn't I see that the whole time? The freaking Ray and all of them are right there, bro. I gotta take those down, dude.
And by killing him, I really knew of an opponent. My father was right about you. You are a gangster.
And you're free and wealthy. So what now, young human? I continue to have great hopes for you. But before I could tell you everything, I needed you to be true.
From what?
From fear of expressing your true nature.
You know nothing of my true nature. You never asked about the killings.
I've never been one for grim details. But if you...
Oh, the Palpatine name's playing. Oh, yeah, Sidious.
I executed them with these, and with the power of my mind, I became a storm. A weapon strong enough to warp bulkheads and hurl bodies across cabin spaces. I was death itself.
Oh, what a cautious taming he would require. But what an ally he might make. What an ally. I'm not sure I know what to think of this, Palpatine. Have you always had such powers?
I've always known I was capable of summoning them.
Here is where the path bifurcates, young human. Here and now you need to decide whether to disavow your power or to venture courageously and scrupulously into the depths of truth, no matter the consequences. You could devote the rest of your life to trying to make sense of this power, this gift. Or you could consider a different option. It's a dark path into a trackless wilderness from which few return, not without a guide at any rate. But it is also the shortest, quickest route between today and tomorrow. In your studies, have you ever learned of the Sith?
The Jedi sect, weren't they? The result of a kind of family feud.
Yes. In some ways, just that. But more, the Sith are the prodigal offspring, destined to return and overthrow the Jedi.
The Sith are considered to be evil.
Evil? What is that? Moments ago, you defined yourself as a storm. You said you were death itself. Are you evil, then? Or are you simply stronger and more awake than others? Who gives more shape to sentient history? The good, who adhere to the
Man, the way they talk is so unique and interesting. Like, I just love it.
and lead them to glory. A storm you are, but a much needed one. To wash away the old and complacent.
Dude, this is 10,000 times more entertaining than the Star Wars sequels. And the Acolyte and all the other crappy Star Wars media that exists from Disney.
The test of its value is whether
I will admit, Disney has done good stuff. They have done some good stuff, but a lot of it sucks. But this is better than anything Disney. This is better than anything Disney could ever do. Disney can never pull anything off. It's amazing.
person of your nature would be to the Jedi Order. You're heartless, ambitious, arrogant, insidious, and without shame.
He's insidious.
Or you're a murderer. Careful, boy. You are not the only being in this prostrate room with the power to kill.
I can sense it.
What you sense is a fraction of what I can bring to bear.
Might I be of some use to the Sith?
Possibly. Perhaps even likely. But we would have to wait and see.
Where are the Sith?
Just now, there is only one. Unless, of course, it is your will to join me.
I do wish to join you.
Then kneel before me and pledge that it is your will to join your destiny
Wow.
forever with the Order of the Sith Lords.
It is my will to join my destiny forever with the Order of the Sith Lords.
Then it is done. From this day forward, the truth of you, now and forevermore, will be Sidious.
Darth Sidious.
In time you will come to understand that you are one with the
Darth Plagueis has eventually gained his apprentice, Darth Sidious.
beyond contradiction. But just now, and until I tell you differently, abiding submission is your only road to salvation.
Second. I'm gonna sit back up. 1 second.
It was on this world that I first became aware of my force powers and dark impulses. Unlike temperate universe, my ego is
Oh god.
but I
That's cold now.
my
Ugh.
intent I could venture into violent storms barely dressed. But I haven't brought you here to recount my past cities. If you were a stress and comfort, entropy and predictability. Your blood is close to frozen. Too much time here and you will die. That is what you will think at the beginning. When the dark side has sniffed you out and sidled up to you, you will think, I will die. The dark side will kill me. And it's true, you will die, but only to be reborn. You must think deeply into yourself the knowledge of what it means to be removed. You must feel it in the marrow of your bones, because it will never be this. Do you remember killing them?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Very good. I can feel your remove and sense your increasing power. I can't have you built up in my feelings of regret and compassion. You were brought into being to lead. Therefore, you must see everything as nothing more than a tool to elevate you, to move you to your destined place. This is our galaxy, Sidious, our reality. In this pitiless place, your power is forged. Even Jedi can surpass their oldest teachings through fear or hatred and discover greater power. But no Jedi who kills in anger or desire can truly claim the dark side, merely rationalizing their actions. The Sith embrace the dark from the start, focusing on power without excuses. We stalk the Force like hunters, rather than surrender like prey to its enigmatic whims.
Here we go.
I am your torturer, Sidious. You have lied and tried to reverse our roles, making yourself shine to the dark side. So appease me, Sidious. Tell me again how you killed them. If you don't already want to murder me, you will. The urge to kill one's superior is intrinsic. My strength, wisdom, and achievements fuel your envy and desire. This dynamic set by Darth Plagueis must endure until I guide you to parity. Then we must work together without secrets or mistrust to realize our goals. Until then, you must prove your worthiness to me and the dark side. Transform your hatred into power, overcoming any obstacle.
How much longer, Master?
Perhaps a moment, perhaps an eternity. Stop thinking about the future and anchor yourself in the present. A Sith apprentice learns pain from the start and inflicts it. A Sith goes for the throat just as you did on your family's starship.
I meant, how much longer will it take me to learn?
Hard to tell. Humans are their own worst enemies. Your body isn't meant to withstand real punishment. It is easily injured and slow to heal. Your olfactory and tactile senses are relatively acute, but your auditory and visual senses are extremely limited.
Have I no strengths, Master?
Of course, you have the Force, apprentice, and the talent to lead. Or you have the bloodlust of a serial killer. Though we need to hold that in reserve unless violence serves some extraordinary purpose. We are not butchers, Sidious, like some past Sith lords. We are architects of the future.
Wow. Wow, dude. Great job, Everest Productions and everybody there. Yeah. Great job, man. Wow. Damn. Yeah. Thank you to all the people, Everest and everybody else that helped on this. Thank all of you guys. You guys did a fantastic job on this thing. This was amazing. This was absolutely amazing, dude. Yeah, look at my shirt, bro. Yeah, look at that. Darth Plagueis right here. Yep. That was amazing, dude. That was amazing, dude. Holy smokes. Yeah, let's watch the credits, too. I want to make sure I literally watch the whole thing. Nick Roth, he did a great Darth Plagueis. The chosen clone was young Palpatine. Duncan Bruce was Darth Ten. Oh, I would love to meet these people. That'd be cool. Kasinga. So Kasinga is the name of Palpatine's dad. Interesting. Darth Venomous, Star Wars Theory. Thea Salone played Captain Elam Law. Arkham played Arth Veruna. Nice. Just finished the Darth Plagueis fan film. Reacted to it on live stream right here. And Everest Productions, the guy that made this, saw my live stream, which is pretty cool. It was amazing. There we go. Just finished the latest fan film. Reacted to it on live stream right here. And Everest Productions, the guy that made this, saw my live stream, which is pretty cool. It was amazing. Oh, whoops, another video just started. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, there it was. Star Wars Darth Plagueis Episode 1. I just watched the whole thing, dude. And at the beginning of the live stream, when I said it was going to be 10 o'clock when I finished, no, it's not actually, but it's about to be 10 minutes, and it's about to be 10 o'clock in like 8 minutes. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be watching Star Wars Darth Plagueis Episode 2. Which, you know what? I'm going to schedule that right now. Let me switch my accounts on my computer. I'm going to schedule it right now. And make sure to go subscribe to Everest Productions, everybody. Because Darth Plagueis isn't the only project he's made. He's done all kinds of other cool stuff, too. Like, he's done, like, Darth Bane stuff. You know, Darth Maul. That's cool. He's done some other stuff with, like, the original trilogy characters. He's done, like, The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, but, like, better versions. Yeah. Everest Star Wars What Ifs? He's done What Ifs? Wow, okay. Okay, wow. Let's see here. Darth Plagueis Episode 2. I just need to get the thumbnail for it. Yeah, and anybody watching the stream in the future, you guys will see the part 2 in the end screen here. Like 20 seconds before I end the stream, it'll appear. But, schedule stream. I want it to have the same title as this one, but with 2 instead of 1. So let me go to... Okay, Star Wars Darth Plagueis Episode 1 reaction. Okay, so I just need to call this one Star Wars Darth Plagueis Episode 2 reaction, and then I forget what those bubble things are called, like, but yeah, and I'll put Everest Productions' name in that. Everest. There we go. Okay, I'm scheduling it right now, so yes, I want live chat replay, and then anyone. Alright. Public, yes, and then that'll schedule it for like what? 7 a.m. of March 6th? There we go. Now, I'm gonna check my channel, and it should be available now. There it is, yep, wow. Star Wars Darth Plagueis Episode 2 reaction. Oh, yeah. What's cool is that one's gonna have young Dooku and Qui-Gon in it. I'm excited for that. I wonder who those 3 characters are on the bottom, though, with their lightsabers out. Like, temple guards or something? Damn. I can't wait for Episode 2, man. Oh, yeah, yeah, again, thank you Everest Productions, and thank you everybody that helped work with him on it. You know, Lord Crit, I think that Everest, I can't remember. Star Wars Theory, and everybody else that worked on Darth Plagueis Episode 1 with Everest. You guys are all amazing. You guys did great voice acting, and just, it was amazing. Like, it was like, the way they spoke was so in detail and interesting that, like, they are like real villains, dude. These are real Sith. But yeah, better than anything Disney could ever do in a million years. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for Star Wars Darth Plagueis Episode 2 reaction. That was amazing, guys. And did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?